Trey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the show about nothing. We geared up. You know what time it is. We geared up. Got that weapon next on my chest, my chesticles,
I got
my
the
chest
43.
piece.
I got that 43 on me, but not the one you be thinking
Bet you,
of.
I bet you can't even say the last name.
Loca.
Loca. That's what that said on the back of that. I thought that said
George E. Loca.
that sound. That don't even look like Loca. That look like
Hey, look him up. 2019 Cincinnati Bengals free safety.
okay. All right.
He played in the secondary.
Okay, man.
I think right now, the last I saw, he was with Minnesota. I think he was on the Vikings. Last I saw.
Okay. All right, Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, but yeah, this is his team issued 2019 alternate jersey. Got the 4-3 rocking right here, baby. You know what I'm saying?
That black in that.
Orange, baby. But yeah, I see but he got the Weapon X. He got the number 20 on him. One of the hardest hitters in the game, the Brian Dawkins.
Nigga.
Hey, so we're gonna open up like this. I got a question for you. Someone threw this question in there. I think it was you, but I'm gonna throw this up. We have a little group chat separate to this show. You have 4 options. You quarterbacking. You can only get sacked by one of these guys. Who is it? Troy Polamalu, Brian Dawkins, Ray Lewis. Matter of fact, I'm gonna add 2 more: Warren Sapp or Aaron Donald.
No, it was Ed Reed on that list too.
Ed Reed too. Okay.
I'm taking. I'm sorry. I'm taking Ed Reed, bro, because I don't fear Ed Reed as much as I fear Brian Dawkins. This Brian Dawkins said he told Spike, "I'm gonna take his soul. I want to see how bad he wants to play." And proceed to hit a man and stand over and say, "Hallelujah, thank you, Jesus." I don't want no parts of a man that will hit you that hard and thank the Lord that he hit you that hard. That's a different kind of hit.
Bruh. I said it best. I was like, look, every single one of them is gonna hurt. It don't matter who hits you, it gonna hurt. But I think
but I feel like if I'm getting sacked, I don't feel like Ed Reed gonna come at me with the velocity of a Palomala or Ray Lewis.
yeah, okay, but his thing though, Palomalu's coming off. They're coming off the edge. Him, Ed Reed, Dawkins, they're coming off the edge. You got Lewis, you got Sapp, like you got Donald. They're coming up the middle around the edge.
I can see them coming towards me. I'm a fall. I'm just going Toy Story. I'm a Toy Story. If I oh no, not today. I'm Toy Story. I'm like, I'll see that. No, Toy Story.
But if you can't see it, like you look, but like it's got to be like you see the receiver down the field, you about ready to wind up and throw it, and just like
I'm just gonna lay there.
No, but you won't see it.
I know I'm just gonna lay there after I get coach. How they do tap the helmet?
Yeah.
Calling the backup.
Nah, freaking who was it? It was Reggie Bush. That man caught the outlet pass and it got smacked.
Annihilated.
He got up and it went his ass
right
back. He had to crawl back. He was that hurt. I was like, yo.
So how you doing today, bro? What's going on, man?
Well, we like a few days removed. We kind of a few days behind on the schedules.
We're gonna get back.
We gonna get back on it, but you know what though? It's all good. We here now. Thursday night football just happened last night. 49ers took out.
Other than that, how you doing in life? How you doing, man? We just can't be doing
my bad, bro. Like, we were talking about football, like off college. My bad, bro. We geared up too, so I'm excited for the talk. But everything good, bro. Like, you know, everything's solid. Just got out of work like an hour ago, hour and a half ago. Just got out of work, just got back, and decided to throw the gear on and was like, you know what? It's time to talk some foosball because there's been a lot that's going on. There's been a lot.
Like I say, what is it called?
You've been on it.
Man, new song dropped. Pt.1 dropped today.
Hey, this man.
Have you checked the song out, man? Have you checked the song out?
Dude, hey, look, you know how I am. This man right here plays snippets. This man sends me videos of the song, sends me little choruses, asking me my input, and I'm like, bro, it's like when you hear it from the very grassroots, when you hear it from the very beginning to the finished product, like you've done traveled with it, you done known that you know the journey about it. Like this song right here, I'm with it. I'm with the song, bro.
Right on, my man. What you
My
feeling
boy.
about the joint, man? Talk to me. Let's talk about it. Cause it's a chill cut, bro. It's one of them
It
joints.
is a chill cut. It's a chill cut, and I know there's a part 2 coming as well.
Oh yeah, that's going down the line.
That's down the line, but part 1 though, like it's smooth. It's smooth. It's chill. It's a vibe. Perfect timing for the song because fall's coming around, so it's not like too upbeat. It's time to wind down a little bit, gets you into the mood of just like thinking and everything. Like I feel, I like I told you, like I've been with this song from the very beginning. Like you've been keeping me on the loop about what you've been thinking about, how you've been writing it, like what's been on and everything, bro. So it's like I kind of knew where the song was gonna go. Like I kind of knew where the song was gonna go from the very beginning, and I'm happy to see this finally came out. But for you, my boy, I gotta ask you the question.
What's the question?
I gotta ask you the question, bro. How do you feel about the song finally being out, bro? Talk.
It's like I'm good with the song. I was already feeling the vibe before it even came out. And so when I wrote it, I was like, I wanted to do something different because the beat was just so like. It was like I already knew, excuse me, what I wanted to do when I heard the song. All right, cool. I said I was gonna use the raspiness of my voice that people claim that I have. Let me use it. Let me do something different.
Not gonna lie, you do have a little bit of a raspy voice, but it's more like I can see it more like I think this song is down your lane. This is your lane.
Yeah, man. So I had to do that and really like do something different because I like it was a different thing. Like I look at this song like if I put it to perspective, like you on a solo trip by yourself
Mm-hmm.
and you just traveling, you got a lot of time off to travel. It's fall, winter season, and as you're traveling, you get off the plane, make a stop, get some food, and you're just people watching. And you open up your notebook, you're just writing everything you see. You're just like making notes, just mental notes, just writing notes down. All right, cool. See that? And so like you just writing everything. That's what I say. I write what I see in my journal. So I'm writing everything down. So that's how that happened.
Hey, I dig it, bro. I like it. But I know there's a lot more on the way. There's a lot more music
A
coming
whole
on.
lot.
So I can't wait to see what else you got coming down the pipeline. And hey, bro, like shoot. Like this man right here stay moving with the music. He stays moving with the music.
Damn right. But speaking of moving, there's a lot of things not moving right now. There's a lot of things not moving.
Uh-oh.
What is up with all these injuries?
Oh,
This is week 3.
Sheesh.
We had Aaron Rodgers go down.
Hold on, wait.
J.K. Dobbins go down. Aaron Rodgers ACL. J.K. Dobbins MCL. We had just now Trayvon Diggs ACL, which is kind of bad because he got. I heard he got injured in a one-on-one in practice, and being the neutral, like I don't get why we do that in practice during regular season. And then who else went down? Like,
hold up. Let me see. There was a list. Like someone put out a list of like all the injuries that happened.
Avante Maddox torn pectoral out for the season. Nick
Chubb, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, he's out for the year.
Nick Chubb down out for the
season. Okay, hold on. Let's
Oh no,
no. No. I'm not gonna discuss like what it was, but what I'll say is this. I just want to speak on this for a second. I've followed. Now, a lot of y'all don't see the colors I don. Y'all see the Cincinnati, the B on my chest. You see the B on my chest. You see the Cincinnati on my hat. You see I don the stripes. You saw me wear the tiger stripes on my head last week. Fix your glasses. Fix your glasses. Fix your hat, sir. Sir.
Go ahead and tell on yourself. Go ahead
I'm
and
gonna
tell
tell
on yourself.
myself. I'm gonna tell myself because I, like a lot of people, we followed Cleveland. Like we watched the team, we fell in love with them. We felt like this team was just was
No,
coming on.
you did. You did.
Oh
You
yeah,
did. Don't throw me in this.
no. Me and you, like, no, you was actively one of the people that would clown Cleveland. Like you were just like you would joke on them, and of course, like rightfully so. 0-16 season, 1-31 within 2 seasons. Like it was not good. They were not a good team. They stank, and stunk. They were not great.
Not at all.
They were horrible. But you
Very.
know, Cleveland, picked up pieces. Baker, Nick Chubb, they got Jarvis, they brought in Odell, Denzel Ward, Greg Newsome, Grant Delpit, Jerome Ford. Like they were building up a squad. Miles Garrett, you had Jadeveon Clowney. Now you got Darius Williams on the other end, Sione. Like Cleveland, we like from me watching the team where it was to where it is now. Like I'm happy the team is to a point where like they're able to compete and be competitive and be a contender. And that was something I wanted to see.
Right.
The way things played out with the quarterback situation with Baker, Deshaun, how all that fiasco played out, it turned a lot of people off, including myself. And I was like, you know what? Like I don't want to carry that. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to even be associated with that because like of A, the baggage that Deshaun brought to the team, B, how they handled the entire situation with Baker and pretty much running him out of the city.
Yeah.
And like, see, it was just like, you know what? Like I can't support that. And
Right.
look, people are gonna look at me and be like, wait, you were a Browns fan and now you're Cincinnati? Like, what the hell? I'm like, oh yeah. Like, yeah, I left.
How do you justify yourself, sir? How do you justify that? That's like me saying I'm
Cowboys fan.
yeah, that going from the Eagles to the
See, here's the thing though. You can't justify being a Cowboys fan.
I mean, I am from the city, but still I can never justify.
You can't justify it. You can't justify
I logged in too many trash talk hours. I've logged in my men. I've logged in too many hours.
For me, it's more along the lines of like, I'm still in Ohio. And also like Cincinnati, I kind of knew that team. Yes, sir. OH.
No, don't you say that. No.
Oh, no. We
no. Keep talking about your Browns. Keep talking about Cleveland. Keep talking about that. We ain't talking about them.
We are talking. We gonna talk about.
We talk about that.
We'll talk about this. This man wants me to clean
up.
No.
Keep talking about Cincinnati and the Browns.
No. He wants me to clean out my locker in Ohio State, and I'm saying no.
Cause we had a as a bro. He talking about your team. We talking about it. We gonna get there.
Okay. Anywho, so look, like Ohio and Cincinnati was on the come up. It got Joe Burrow. They were making moves, and I was like Joe Burrow being in Ohio State, transfer to LSU. You kind of see what he can do, and I already knew like he was going to be a stud in the NFL. And I was like, I was keeping an eye on him already, keeping an eye on the team already, because I knew that they were like with him on the team, they were going to be making moves, right. And my suspicions have been justified. Like it's been shown that there's been proof. And, he gets hurt his first year, blows out his ACL, MCL due to getting tackled wrong, comes back his second year and takes the team on a Super Bowl run. And in the third year, they're in the AFC Championship again. So it's like the Bengals have proven themselves to be a contender, and they went out of their way to build up. Like they were bad, like notoriously bad. You thought the Browns were bad. Cincinnati was like,
yeah.
Like the teams that you thought were like horrible, like Cleveland, Cincinnati, Detroit, Jacksonville, those teams are like now in the conversation of like, yo, they could be a legit contender.
Right.
So I keep track of teams like that. I keep track of teams like that are on the come up. Cleveland, I followed them. Cincinnati, like again, Deshaun Watson situation, wasn't a fan of it. I was like, you know what? I like what Cincinnati's doing. I'm gonna follow up on them. And the fan base with Cincinnati, open arms, like they're welcoming. They let me come through, and I've been with him ever since, and I've made a lot of camaraderies. I made a lot of friendships and people on that side. But anywho, Nick Chubb, that's the heart and soul of the Cleveland Browns.
Mm-hmm.
He is the heart and soul. He is the workhorse. 95% of that run game, like 95 to 99% of that run game is all him. It's all him. It was all him when he got into the league, and it's been all him ever since. Like, he's been one of the premier running backs in this league. Top 10. Never in question. What happened Monday night in that game versus Pittsburgh?
Oh Lord, Jesus.
Bro, here's the bad part. I'm watching the game live. I see him get tackled. I see him go down, and then I see him clutching his leg. And I hear him screaming. I hear him screaming in the live. And I'm like, what happened? What happened? And ESPN, they didn't want to show the replay because it was that bad. But when you hear 60,000 in Pittsburgh give out a sudden gasp when it's played on the big board, you know it's bad.
Dude, I saw the clip.
Bro, I saw it on my timeline not even 5 minutes later. Like, people were clipping it and showing it.
Dog, I didn't even know the human leg could do that. Bro, I'm like, ow, like.
Bro, and here's the bad part. He's had that exact injury to that exact leg. He's had that same injury before.
Brother,
I mean, put it like this. Aaron Rodgers ruptures his Achilles Monday Night Football versus the Bills 4 plays into his season.
Yep.
Nick Chubb, knees obliterated. He's out for the season. And they're saying that he might need 2 surgeries for his knee. There are people saying that this could potentially end his career. I'm praying that it doesn't. I'm praying that this does not end his career, but like 2 surgeries off of it, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know.
That ain't even the worst of it. I would say that's the worst, but it keeps getting worse. Then Trayvon did get injured.
Tore his ACL in practice.
Not a game.
In
practice.
Chauncey Gardner Johnson.
And what did he tear?
Pectoral muscle. He's out for the season.
Avonte Maddox, pectoral. He tore it off the bone.
Off the bone.
I don't know how he even.
J.K. Dobbins ACL.
Like
Odell ankle, he's out. Saquon ankle sprain.
Wait, how long is Odell out?
Odell's out for this week. He was out for last week and this week. Saquon is out for this week with a high ankle sprain. Bryce Young, he's out for this week with a high ankle sprain.
My thing is this, and I ask this question with all seriousness: what is going on? Like, what is going on? Is this like the injury year of the? I'm like,
the injury bug has come out in full force, and it is not
swinging like it. Like, I don't like none of y'all like that. That injury bug is getting people like,
bro. So week 2, Cincinnati taking on Baltimore. Game ends with a 3-point loss. They're 0-2. Burrow goes into the press conference and says he re-aggravated his calf injury.
Mm-hmm.
He's wearing a sleeve in practice. And on top of this, they had a backup quarterback on their roster that got picked up by the New England Patriots, and they were down a quarterback. So they had to re-sign a guy that they let go of that was in the training camp. And now, as of right now, the Bengals are being tight-lipped by the situation. Their reporters are asking, what's the status? Like, how's Joe doing? Do we have any updates? And Zach Taylor and even Joe is like, it's day-to-day. We'll see. It's day-to-day. We'll see. Feels like, honestly, look, I'm looking at Cincinnati like, look, 0-2. This team's been here before. They were 0-2 last year, and they went on a run, and they made it all the way to the AFC Championship game. They're fine. But this is a different situation because Joe, with calf strains, with strains and sprains and all that stuff, that type of stuff lingers. It lingers. These type of injuries, they're not like regular injuries. It's like a nerve injury.
Yeah.
It tends to linger for some time, and you got to be like taking care of it like at all times so it can heal up all the way through.
Right.
A lot of people I'm seeing online, they're like, I don't want to see Joe play because I don't want him to re-aggravate his calf injury. You could tell by some of the players like Jamar and T, like when they're talking about Joe, you could tell the demeanor is like they know that he may not be at 100%. Like Jamar Chase, when Joe Burrow had had the calf strain, right? Jamar was like earlier. This is like training camp. Jamar basically said Joe shouldn't even be coming back for week 1. Like he needs to take all the time he needs to heal up all the way. And Joe, I feel like he might have rushed it. He might have rushed his return. So now we're dealing with a calf strain. So he could be possibly, it's a game time decision from what I'm seeing right now, but he could be a possible out for this week, Monday night versus the Rams. But the injury bug is coming out. It's hitting a lot of players. A lot of teams are pretty much going through it. The Ravens, their secondary was pretty much riddled with injuries. The Eagles, they got an injury riddled secondary.
Yeah, we got Bradbury's coming back. My boy Blankenship, aka Mr. Tuck them boys in, is coming back. The Ghost. That's a dope nickname. That's a dope. The Ghost. That's just fire ass nickname. Like when last year when Reed Blankenship picked out Aaron Rodgers, he does, yeah, I got you. Yeah, tuck him in, Blankenship. Tuck that man in. Yeah, those two are supposed to be coming back. Our front four is solid because that boy Jalen
Carter is a monster.
Jordan Davis and them boys just
they're monsters.
rubbing like all you can eat buffet, just knocking boys down. It just I'm just sitting back like I'm never maybe this before our time, and we've been doing this for a minute. I've never seen this many injuries this early into the season.
Normally, you see these type of injuries like later on in the season,
but
like week 7, week 8, week 10. Everybody's kind of banged up, sore, so they kind of be piling on. But for the injuries, and this is crazy. Like a lot of these teams, they don't want to be playing their starters in preseason because like we don't want to risk these guys getting hurt.
Right.
But on the flip side, if you don't play them, there's rust.
There's a lot of rust.
There's a lot of rust, a lot of chemistry that hasn't been built. And so you kind of see them get up to a rocky start. Now, some teams, they may not be playing full preseason, may play a quarter, may play a half, they may have a few snaps in here or there. And like the team just moving smooth, like the 49ers, they're 3-0. Buccaneers, they're 2-0. The Eagles, they're 2-0. Certain teams are like 1-1. Other teams are 0-2. When you just see like, different teams, they're able to move around with that.
Yeah.
But to me, is like I get the explanation. I get the understanding of like I don't want my guys to get hurt in a meaningless game. And you want to use those reps for the young guys, the undrafted rookies that you brought in, guys that are fighting to make the roster or even make the practice squad or whatever the case may be. But I feel like those guys, you could do all the reps in training camp. You could do all the reps in practice, get all that going. Nothing beats a live action rep, like a full-on game where you're getting hit, for you to kind of get familiar with the speed of it and knock all that rust off so you're ready to roll going into week 1 and week 2, and that your body's acclimated to all of that pressure and acclimated to all those bumps and bruises and all those knocks.
I was like, when I was watching the Eagles play their first game against the Patriots, I'm like, man, the kind of that you could see the funk on him. Like defense was holding up. I mean, Slay, he did his thing. He got first pick 6 to the crib. I'm like, all right. Then we got the score, and they like stumbled like, all right, y'all looking kind of rusty. And
Yeah.
I'm in the
Same.
Eagles fan page. I'm like, group page. I'm like, yo, do y'all think it's just rust or do y'all think it's the weather? Like, nah, everybody, it was rusty. Like, them boys was rusty. Then, like, last week against the Vikings, they was a little rusty. They still was getting it together, but you could see, but no, then you could see the once they start giving the ball to Swift and start doing what they were supposed to do, all right, that's the Eagles that I know. They finally getting like, all right, they're getting they're like getting the blood from when you first wake up in the morning. All right, you feeling sluggish. All right, let me wake up. Let me take a hot shower. Let me get some coffee myself. Let me eat and then get going. I feel that's what the Eagles are doing now.
And also with your Eagles, y'all have a brand new offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator. So that's added to just the funk and the rust that everybody's been dealing with.
Yep.
And like y'all play Monday night, we play Monday night. Y'all got the Buccaneers, we got the Rams. The Buccaneers also got a brand new OC, but like they got pretty much everybody over there. And it's like the week 1 game versus the Vikings, I watched. I was like, okay, they were all brand new. You could tell new offense. Second half, they clicked on all cylinders and they got the win. The game versus the Bears, you could tell like things were gelling. They were able to move around quickly and they were able to like adjust accordingly. And like everybody played a monster game. So I'm gonna say this. I talked with a few other Eagles fans, and I'm like, look,
I ran into an Eagles fan today. He's like, man, I got that same jersey. Dude gave me a pound. Like, yo, man, what up, man? I'm like, yeah, birds, bro. Like, yeah, you gotta say, I got the exact same jersey. Like, touche, my brother.
Okay. I'm gonna say this though. Eagles fans and my boy Junie, I'm gonna say this right now. If I were you, y'all might keep an eye on Tampa. They got they playing like they got a top 10 defense. They're from what I'm reading and from what I've seen, 5 turnovers, 9 sacks in 2 games on the defensive side of the ball. Mike Evans, 230 yards, 2 touchdowns in 2 games. Baker Mayfield, 490, 3 tutties, no interceptions, a 104.4 passer rating. The run game is starting to get around. The offensive line actually has been holding. They've only allowed 1 sack in 2 games.
Look, I'm going to say this. I've seen Baker Mayfield play great ball. I've seen him play subpar ball.
Yeah.
Then I've seen him play games that like, bro, what the hell? So I'm like, I don't know what Baker Mayfield we getting coming into this week. We may get the Baker Mayfield that may just not be what he was. Like, I look at like when Cam Newton had that one game, he dropped 50 on
Arizona.
They
brought him back to play Arizona. He like took his helmet off after running a touchdown. He was like, I'm back.
And then next week, like, sit your ass down. So it's like, that's all. I'm not. It ain't no disrespect to Baker. You don't know. Like, you can have a few good games.
I'm gonna say this, like, y'all know what Baker. Like, I follow him. That's my boy. I follow him through college and whatever. I've never seen him play more free and more like where the weight's lifted off his shoulders. Right. Richard Sherman said it best this week on Undisputed. He's like, Baker Mayfield right now is playing with no restrictions, with no expectations. The weight's off his shoulders. He's under the radar, and you can see it. You can see him playing like we all knew, like the first round pick that we knew he could be. Right. And in Cleveland, he had the multiple head coaches. Then he had the disastrous trade that went off to Carolina, and that didn't pan out well. And then he goes to LA, and then he kind of has that miracle run where he leads that 98-yard touchdown drive to win it in Thursday night prime time, and then like puts 50 on Denver with wide receiver 2, 3s, and 4s and a tight end and whatever. And it's like you've seen the character arc and you've seen him play. It's like, yeah, he has had great games and he's had some very bad games. Like I feel like some of the games that I've seen him play, he was set up to fail, or like he just tried to do too much and got in his own way. And it was just like there was a lot going on. But right now, from what I've seen with Baker, and I know it's just 2 games, but from what I've seen, I don't see him overthinking. I don't see him like worrying about anything. He's had the full off season. He's been able to build that timing, build the rapport, build the chemistry with guys like Mike Evans and Chris Godwin and K-Dot. And so it's like I see him in an area, and I've talked with a lot of people who have followed him through college, a lot of people who are like football savants that like they work along within the area. A lot of people are saying like Baker Mayfield landed in the right spot. He landed in the perfect spot. And it was just fun. It was so funny enough that Tom Brady leaves Tampa and Baker Mayfield's brought in. And it's just like the timing and everything. It just seemed like everything is perfect timing. It's a perfect fit. You got a quarterback-friendly offensive coordinator from Seattle who helped Geno Smith revive his career, and Geno's been playing great ball ever since. And he's doing the same thing over there. And it's just like the way Tampa's playing is underrated. They're under the radar. They hear all the noise. They got a chip on their shoulder. The Eagles, they're coming in off of a Super Bowl run. They feel like they should have won. They want to get back into the dance.
Here's my thing. If we're going to go back to that. I'm sitting back looking at, I don't know what went on with Kansas losing to Detroit. I don't know if that was a fluke victory. Like they lost, the Eagles looking struggling, and they felt like both Super Bowl teams looked a lot. Look, I don't know what happened. I don't know what they've been through. But like going into Monday's game, I'm very confident that's gonna be a good game. I'm not the one to take no credit from nobody. Like I'm just saying, I don't know what Baker's gonna show up. Cause we know when you don't know what Baker you gonna get. Like he may not wake up feeling dangerous Monday.
You never know.
You don't know. But I know what person when it comes to Jalen Hurts, I know who's showing up. I know I got those 2 bad dudes on the side, both sides, Smitty and Brown, and that dude Dallas Goddard. We got that bad man Majama Agent Zero and Kenneth Gainwell. We got it. Defense is straight. I'm not worried about the offensive line. I just need to know what we getting when I turn on Monday Night Football because it's gonna be a good one.
I'm gonna say this. You know what I look like? And this is a discussion that I had about Jalen Hurts and the Eagles offense. It took 7 games last year for Jalen Hurts to have 2 interceptions. He's had 2 in the last 2 games.
But that one interception wasn't his fault, though.
I know. I get it. I understand. But still, 2 interceptions. There's been a lot of, like, when I looked at Jalen Hurts play, when I looked at how the offense was going, to me, like y'all should have put 30 on the board versus Minnesota. Like y'all should have been up at least 2 scores on the boys. The situation that I see was that I think Jalen Hurts was trying to do too much. He was trying to make plays that weren't there.
Yeah, that's what they were saying. He
was trying to make plays that weren't there. He was trying too much. He was trying to force things. But again, like you said, once y'all got the ball into DeAndre Swift's hands and you let him run, it was like, okay, now it starts to open up and y'all can really get comfortable and y'all can see who this Philadelphia offense is. The situation is that, like, are y'all going to be afforded that same luxury? Because Tampa has been playing the run pretty well. And we know that Philly is going to be a run-first offense. They're going to try and open it up with a run. But Tampa has been able to play the run. I think they're like top 10 in run defense as of right now. Even though it's 2 games in, they're like top 10 in run defense. Like, that secondary is nothing to play. They play hard. They run to the ball. Like, Todd Bowles knows how that defense is going to go. And this is a game where either the defense is going to come out strong on both ends and it's going to be low scoring, or we're going to see fire. We're going to see a shootout. But again, like you said, with Baker, it's all about the consistency. We've seen them had 2 pretty good games. This is a game where like he might show out. And the talk is, is Tampa for real? This game on Monday night is going to see if Tampa is for real. And also on Monday night, we got the Bengals and the Rams. I've already discussed that situation with Joe Burrow. We don't know what his situation is with his calf. He could be a game time decision. A lot of people are hitting the panic button with Cincinnati. They're saying, 0-2 could be 0-3, and you might want to go ahead and throw the season away. Other people are like, look, this team is still, they're still a contender. Like they're not going to be, in a bad way. I'm gonna say this. I would rather see a healthy quarterback. As of right now, I don't care about playoff pursuits because it's still early in the season. We're only the season. We're very early. So playoff talks shouldn't even be a thing right now. Shouldn't be a thing right now.
Sure, a lot of people are already claiming what they gonna do this season. So I'm like, we ain't gonna talk about that one. But
yeah. But like for me, it's like this. Yes, I see a lot of this chatter like, oh, the Bengals were 0-2 last year. Like they made a run and they were fine. Okay, but like, look, you don't get to carry last year's momentum into this year. And this year's a lot different because Burrow last year, okay, we can all make the same assumptions. Burrow was hurt last year, but he had an emergency surgery to remove his appendix. He wasn't able to practice with everybody. This year, he had the ability to practice with everybody, strained his calf, missed all the training camp, and within 2 weeks, he might have re-aggravated it. So this could be a situation where, like, he may not be practicing. He's been practicing, but he may not be playing. Right. That's the situation. We don't know if he's going to play. Now, if he does play, how's that calf going to affect his play? Because you could tell that he hasn't been as mobile and he hasn't been as confident in the pocket like you would normally see him. Mm-hmm. See, last year, we can attest the O-line was brand new. He got sacked 13 times in 2 weeks. Yep. This year, the O-line has actually held up. He just hasn't – it doesn't look like he's been as mobile because of his calf injury. So we don't know what he's going to be looking like going into this game versus the Rams. A Super Bowl rematch, might I add you.
Oh, yeah, they got to get that lick back.
And here's the thing, though. Like, the Bengals have, on average, allowed 24. They've allowed about 23.5, 24 points on average these last 2 games. Like, the Bengals want to make this a statement win. If they want to, like, reassure everybody that things are fine, that the Bengals are not – they're not in trouble. Like, the secondary's got to hold up. Secondary has to keep guys like Tutu Atwell, Van Jefferson, and Puka Nacua, who's been on a tear. That rookie has been going off.
Oh, yeah.
That boy going crazy. They got to keep those guys in check, which I believe they should be able to. The front seven has to get to the quarterback. They got to get to the quarterback. They got to stop the run. And Joe, huh?
I said, got to stop that run. But speaking of running, getting going, are you a believer in Colorado right now? Do you think going into these 2 games, they got
Oregon,
Oregon and USC. Now, look. What's the kid's name who got annihilated?
Travis Hunter.
People say it was targeting. I don't say it was targeting. Bro. I think it was a late hit and it was unsportsmanlike conduct. And no, unnecessary roughness. I'll give it because they say targeting is when you leave with your helmet. He didn't leave with his helmet.
But
what counts as targeting? Because when they say he lived, every time I watch them, they live with the helmet. It's targeting.
Yeah, it's helmet contact, or they leave with the helmet in a certain area. Okay, I get the situation. I get it. Okay,
I'm trying to understand what counts as targeting and unnecessary roughness, because that looks unnecessary roughness.
To me, that was an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. That was unnecessary roughness. Was the dude targeted? Technically, no. Blackburn did not leave with his helmet. but he did lay a hit after the ball hit the ground. It was like Travis was covered, ball hits ground, you see Blackburn come around his teammate and just lay the hit on Travis, and you see Travis go down and like grab his chest immediately. Now, this is where I was watching I don't remember what podcast this is, but somebody talked with there was like a podcast talking about this hit, and they were like, the one thing that ticked me off was the fact that no offensive lineman went up to defend Travis. Shador was the one that went up to old buddy, and then the O-line came.
Yeah, they
like my thing is this. It doesn't matter who it is on the team. Let's say me and you we're on the same team. Like, let's say Ohio State, you get knocked. You would think that everybody's running up to defend you, right? You're
right.
like, you get knocked, like play gets blown dead, and then all of a sudden you get hit, you go down. Like code, like locker room code is like, we're family. So like if you go down and because someone calls, like if someone goes after you, like we're running up and we're like taking care of it, right?
Right.
But the fact that the O-line didn't come or nobody else came except Shador, and then when Shador came in, everybody was like, oh shoot, that's when they all had that tussle. Like, first and foremost, let's go ahead and say this. Colorado versus Colorado State. That was wild. I've never seen that many penalties thrown in the first 5 minutes of a game. Colorado State had like 6 penalties, and it was up to like 80 yards worth of penalties. That's how bad it was. That's how crazy that game was.
That was the highest streamed game. Like the biggest, like everybody was watching that game.
Yeah, everybody. Dude, I stayed up till 2:30 watching the end of that game because that game went to double OT.
You got your mind. I wish I might.
Like, I was in bed, laying down, watching it, and I was like, please just end this game because I want to go to sleep. I went
to sleep, and I went to sleep at the end of at the start of the fourth. Like, I ain't watching this goddamn.
I was like, I gotta watch this game through. Like, if I gotta see how this play out, because the reason I wanted to watch this game through is because Colorado looked like they got figured out.
That's where I want to go with that topic, because once they feel, oh, we gotta rattle this guy, we know how to get you. Now our team's gonna play to that. So I'm like, now it's like you got 2 ranked teams, you're going back to back. Like, it ain't like you got Oregon, then you got Chippewa State next week. You got some like big teams back to back to back. Like, this ain't like no.
The thing is with Colorado, and I'm gonna just go ahead. I'm gonna go say this.
Shout out to Chippewa State. I don't know if that's a real college now, but if he is, shout out.
The Chippewas are a actual mascot, yes, but I think it's Central Ohio. Is it? Maybe, I'm not sure. But we know that the Chippewas are a team. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and look that up.
Yeah, like, they ain't playing no run of the mill team. They ain't playing no pushover. If those first 3
Central
games,
Michigan, that's what it is.
Oh, okay.
Central Michigan.
So I'm sitting like, if those first 3 games are just all right, this is the real test right here. These are gonna be all right now.
They played TCU when they were ranked, and TCU gave them pressure. And you saw how like they responded. They play Nebraska, blow them out. They play Colorado State. And then Colorado State, like 5 or 6 guys in the box. They're blitzing Shador. They're getting pressure on the offensive line. They're bringing him down for sacks. They're not allowing the guys to get open. Like, they're limiting the run game. And you saw some shot plays here and there. And then on the defensive side, again, this is what I said earlier. Defense needs to win in the trenches. You cannot allow 100 or so yards rushing wise and think you're going to skirt by. And that's something that we were seeing.
Yep.
The thing that I believe Colorado could have a successful season.
Oh, yeah.
I really do. The situation that I'm seeing with Colorado is like your secondary your secondary is, for lack of better words, secondary is kind of shoddy. Like they can get stops, they can get interceptions, but a lot of intermediate routes, because like sometimes they'll play deep, but they'll get beat by the short intermediate routes, and like that's how a lot of those yak yardage get. A lot of those yak yardage situations happen. How drives continue to go. Offensive lines, they tend to like hold up really well. They can't really get a pass rush going, and if they do get a pass rush, it's like they'll get a hit on the quarterback like just at the last second or whatever. Sometimes they'll be able to break through and they'll get to the quarterback on the other end. Uh, offensive line wise, you see them holding up just enough to let Shador move around in the pocket, or like he'll break away and like he'll try to extend the play, find his guy, and get the ball to them. The thing is, though, like a lot of these teams in Colorado State showed it perfectly. They played a beautiful defensive game. Like I have nothing but props at Colorado State. By the way,
Oh, yeah.
Like
Here's the
I
thing
was,
with me in Colorado State. I'm the kind of Colorado. I'm like this. I don't hop on bandwagons only because I know how fast people switch.
mm-hmm.
Once a team, like Prime could leave and start coaching for Bama next season.
Don't let him do that.
Listen to me now. And
No, I get what you're saying, but like LSU, Bama, Texas,
he could go to any big school after this because he's going to do it. It's going to happen. He's going to leave. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. He's going to go somewhere.
Okay, over under. He stays for 2 years.
I say he stay for 2. I say I'll stay. He'll stay for 2. But if another offer from a bigger school, once Adora graduates and his boys graduate or whatever, go to the draft, I can see him moving.
It's the thing. Deion has said he stated on multiple occasions that he's not leaving Boulder. He wants to stay in Colorado.
Money talks.
Money talks, but he's also said he wants to stay. So my thing is this.
Now hold on. Let me make my point real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
If he leaves, I know how fast people are going to switch. The Colorado is going to go back to being Colorado. Nobody cared about Colorado. They were 1-11 last year. They were the butt crack of the NCAA. Now they're the Rose of the NCAA.
Yeah.
So if he goes to a bigger school, people gonna forget about. Everybody gonna forget about Boulder. Everybody gonna forget about that school. And then I'm gonna say like, y'all bought all this Colorado merch. Y'all were just fans last year.
Mm-hmm.
So now y'all switch. That's why I'm not. I'll give props to where props is due.
Yeah.
Congrats, cool. But I'm not going to sit here and be like, when they win, cool. I was glad they won against TCU because I'm like, yo, if he would have lost, he would have been everything but a man of the Lord. He would have been everything but a Christian if he would have lost.
What's that?
Told you Prime wasn't good. We told him he couldn't do it. But he won 2. Now, he won 3 great games.
Two of them games were like, 2 of them showed like to me, I think the game that shows that Deion belongs in the Power 5 was that Colorado State game.
You think so?
I think so. Like, look,
rivalry games are always a barn burner.
But here's the thing, though. TCU, like, yeah, they squeaked out a win versus TCU. Like, they beat TCU, right?
Oh yeah.
Like, they beat a ranked team first game. They surprised everybody, got the upset, right? And then they blow out Nebraska, which everybody predicted. Everybody predicted that offensively, Nebraska wasn't going to be able to keep up with Colorado. Defensively, they weren't going to be able to keep up with Colorado. Colorado had the better front seven. They had the better defensive line. Like they pretty much, Colorado overall should have like handled that game the way that they did. Started slow, but they were able to handle it the way that they did, and they were able to win. To me, the game that showed that Prime knows what he's doing was the game versus Colorado State, the rivalry game, because the entire game, Colorado State had the momentum. They led the entire game. Colorado didn't get their first lead. They didn't get their first lead until the first overtime. They got the last minute touchdown and 2-point conversion to tie. They didn't get the walk-off touchdown to win. They got a touchdown late in the fourth to tie.
Yep.
Matter of fact, no. They